Battle Isle 2, a new release from Blue Byte, is an interesting cross between hardcore war games like The Perfect General and the V for Victory series, and less complicated strategic contests like Warlords 2 or Doom 2. Although the game itself is a good deal of fun, it also contains some serious flaws that are likely to turn some gamers away. There are two ways to play Battle Isle 2, in single battle mode or in the full campaign. Although the manual claims that playing the campaign advances the storyline, it's really nothing more than a string of battles. The individual battle option is useless except for getting familiar with the game. To access a battle, you need its password, which is only given out when you win the previous battle. Also, in individual mode, needed reinforcements never arrived, making some scenarios virtually unwinnable. This is the main menu. Logic clearly dictates that this would be the first thing you would see after the intro. Apparently, there are no Vulcans on the Blue Byte staff. Instead of going to the menu and allowing the player to set difficulty level, start a campaign, load a save game, or other useful stuff, the game drops you into the first battle of the campaign. I've tried for several hours to figure out the reasoning behind this, and it still eludes me. If you can make it past the disorganized and poorly written manual, you'll find yourself in a very engrossing game. In addition to the basic military movement and combat, you'll create trench and fortification networks, build and destroy roads and bridges, mine the land for valuable resources, perform reconnaissance, and a host of other operations that combine to make this a complex wargame. The scenarios start out simple, and new operations and military units are added gradually, which is a good way to ease novices into the game. Movement is simple. Clicking on a unit with available movement defaults to movement commands. The screen will then gray out all areas except the positions on the hex map that piece can move to. If your chosen destination brings it within combat range of an enemy piece, the combat icon automatically pops up begging to be selected. Even though I'm convinced that the person who wrote that manual has never seen a mouse, basic deployment was easy to figure out. I wish I could say all aspects of the game are as easy to figure out. This screen showing the inner workings of one of my cities offers no clue as to what all the numbers and icons represent. They're all detailed in the manual, but some simple on-screen text would have made matters a whole lot easier. The manual is often quite vague, and that, combined with the lack of on-screen clarity, give this game a much steeper learning curve than it should have had. The information screen for each military unit at your disposal is handsomely rendered in 3D Studio. This would be a lot more impressive if everybody else wasn't doing the same with their games. The rendered art also has no impact on the gameplay. The screens are nothing more than decorative filler, an excuse to put this game on CD. While you engage in battle, a very nice feature comes into play. The view switches to a panning 3D display of this battle, giving you a close-up view as the forces maneuver, fire, and explode. The graphics, while simple, are very smoothly animated and provide a welcome break from the overhead map view. This feature can be toggled on and off if you'd rather just see the results in numbers. The most glaring problem with this game is one I can hardly believe escaped the playtesters. Each scenario has at least one objective you must achieve to win. If something occurs that makes satisfying these conditions impossible, such as losing all your units that are capable of occupying a city you've been ordered to hold, you'd expect the game to inform you of this and restart the scenario. No! You just keep playing with no chance of success. To me, that's about as obvious a mistake as forgetting to put an ending on an adventure game. Battle Isle 2 is a good game that got handled badly. If you don't mind learning by intuition and trial and error, and if you can live with some obnoxiously cryptic control screens, there's a lot to like here. I think Blue Byte needs to take a course in user-friendliness and test their games a little more before throwing them into a box. Informing their tech writers that their games utilize a mouse wouldn't be a bad idea either.